Like I mentioned before, many of the topics the lead would discuss revolve around family law, especially on the dynamics of romantic relationships between men and women.
And so in these YouTube streets, I try to protect the brothers. I got a lot of new people that are here, and a lot of people think we just talk about the mainstream stuff, and we do. This channel has some roots in protecting the brothers.
In his own words, the lead started his channel primarily to inform and motivate men, especially black men, to better understand their legal options when it comes to marriage, divorce, prenups, child custody, etc. Drawing from his own experience, the lead explains he was married for over 10 years and drew up his own divorce settlement, or I think at least his notice of grievance, following an argument with his ex wife.
Guys, not only have I done this document for you, not only have I done it for all these people over 20 years. If I'm be honest, I was married for 10 years. My wife she got on my nerves for the last time. I grabbed my laptop and went downstairs, opened it up. She upstairs all pissed off trying to listen. What did she hear? What was on the screen? Bam! This document. Guys, not only do I type it up for you, I type it up for myself. That's how well acquainted I am with this bitch.
Without burying the lead here, pun intended, this often would attract or at least associate him with figures in the Redpill and Manosphere, like Fresh and Fit, whom he openly ridiculed and criticized, to Kevin Samuels, whom he held in pretty high regard, referencing him in many of his videos and even having a one-on-one sit-down interview with him before his passing. While the lead himself has never claimed to be a part of this subculture, he does mention that for all the toxic and counterproductive beliefs that are promoted in the space, there is still value in addressing the grievances that men would express.
So, yeah, I absolutely do think it's a community, and I think it's a positive community in general. All communities have their pluses and minuses, but I know the way that men were growing up, 30 years ago, and the amount of knowledge that's available to them now because of this space is infinitely more.
For my part, I'll say that while I can agree with this to an extent, where these men and some women lose me is this constant anger with women or feminism at large. And the solution is to just withdraw from engaging with them in any capacity and constantly trying to point out signs of degenerate behavior that wouldn't have been tolerated in the past. Because it's one thing to talk about double standards and negative experiences you've had with people, or make observations about how certain voices are lifted while others are dismissed and ignored, which are all valid concerns to have. But it's another thing to become obsessed with this idea of being left behind, and that if only a certain group of people were put back in their place, then suddenly everything would be right in the world and all your problems would be solved. This mentality is dangerous and often the root of other antisocial beliefs that don't solve the underlying issues, which often develop over years, if not decades, and in unpredictable ways outside the control of any one group or system. There's no end game when you start to think like this, just hopelessness and destruction.